you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Hey guys, come on in. Oh man, we got more people this time. I thought y'all would like just go home after lunch or something. Like, bye. Batteries, yeah. All right, good. What was your name? Thanks, Alex. That's great. All right. You ready? Did everybody have a good lunch? Yes. Awesome. Guys, I'm Andy Teeter. I'm a superstar director. I've been with Scentsy for 7 years. And if you want to learn more about my Scentsy career, just find me on YouTube or Instagram. I don't want to talk a whole lot of time about myself. Some cool things about me: I do drive a Jeep, travel, go camping, love camping. Boston Terrier rescuer. I love to rescue my little Bostons, especially the weird ones with the messed up teeth. They're my jam. Yeah, I love reggae, Peaky Blinders. I'm a mom and a wife to active duty military dude. Everybody here that has a spouse or a brother or a son, please stand up so we can clap for you. Yeah, anybody that is a first responder, wife, spouse, husband of a first responder, police officer, please stand up. Christy, I'm giving you a moment. She realized, like, they never have discounts for police officers, and now I'm giving her a moment. Thanks, girl. I'm just an average person that wanted an extraordinary life. I've had every single kind of job you could ever imagine, and since he's the only thing I've really been good at. It's pretty easy to be good at, in my opinion. Some of you guys might know this, but I also suffer from debilitating anxiety and panic. My team and my friends that are here can tell you firsthand. I'm not lying, I'm not saying this because I want to be authentic and I want you guys to know you can do it too. I really do struggle with this real hard. Like some days I can't get up, but guess what? I'm a survivor and I'm not a victim. So I get out of that damn bed every day, okay? So what are we? Are we survivors in this room or are we victims? Survivors. I need to know. That's important to me. If y'all are a victim, you need to go. I joined with no money, no experience, in a small town, didn't know anybody, tons of consultants, family and friends didn't order. I was busy because duh, who isn't busy? And I still did it. You can too. Today we're going to talk about leading, but we're going to talk about more than that because I feel that the base of why you guys aren't succeeding, some of you aren't succeeding, is because you don't believe in yourself and because you're letting fear stop you. So I think personal development is really important. So we are going to talk about leading a little bit. I'm going to share some things that I do, some tips for you guys, but we're also going to talk about some personal development too. I'm going to be raw and honest. Some of you know that already. I might hurt feelings by saying something that really pisses you off, but I want you to promise me that even if you hate me, you're still going to love Scentsy and you're still going to rock your business after you walk out of these doors. Don't hold it against Scentsy because they got me up here and I pissed you off. I told my team, I told them the other day, I was like, if y'all are going to be salty, save the salt for the tequila. Do you guys know why Scentsy is so freaking cool? There's a lot of reasons, but all are welcomed in Scentsy. If you looked at that stage of us superstar directors, you saw Steffi, my sponsor. She's super fancy, loves her fancy purses. Me, I wear moccasins most days, but you know what? We're both accepted. There's somebody for everybody in this company, and you don't go to a convention seeing everybody walk across the stage. Look at me and my fancy stuff. You see all kinds of people, and that's what makes us one of the coolest direct sales companies out there. Not only that, but we have the most innovative home office staff, the most awesome owners ever, a consumable product. We have, let's see what else we have. Every single decision is, I can tell you, made in our best interest. Scentsy says that that's one of their best and worst attributes is that they listen to consultants. And I'm sure you can see, because sometimes we complain about real dumb things, y'all, that aren't important. But Scentsy does want us to do well because, duh, they're a business. They want to do well. Why would they do something to harm us? And if they do, they're going to take it back and make it right. And I need you to know that because it's really important in your journey to know that you're with a really good company that makes really great decisions and they're doing what's best for you. And if they're not, they have big mouth superstar directors like me who are there saying, this ain't working, you better stop. So don't worry, if you have a problem, go to your upline, because guess what? We filter it up. Us directors and above filter that up and let them know. And they want to know. They want to know something's going wrong. We're going to talk first about the 4 core things you do for your business, and lead is one of them. So we're going to segue into that. The first thing is networking. We are in network marketing, so we have to network. What is networking? It's making friends. Christy, can you please stand up since you're here and say my favorite saying ever, because I always get it wrong, and she's like, you said it wrong again. She did a training for us. I know she's embarrassed, but please get up and say it real loud.
A closed mouth doesn't get fed.
A closed mouth doesn't get fed in our business. Okay? It doesn't matter if you think you're shy or not. That's not the point. Are you willing to open your mouth and make friends? That is what networking is, and we are in network marketing. Okay? Number 2, you got to learn how to plant those seeds. Okay? You're not going to book parties and you're not going to get people to join your team if you're not planting seeds. The easiest way I plant seeds with anybody ever about joining is I ask every single person, girl, have you ever thought about doing what I do? Or, dude, have you thought about doing this? Because you'd be awesome at this. That's it. Sometimes I say it in a joking manner and they're like, ha ha, ha, and I'm like, no, really, I'm serious. That's it. That's how I recruit. That's how most of us recruit. Isn't that crazy? That's all you have to say to every single person you come in contact with. Somebody's going to say yes. I guarantee you somebody's going to say yes. We are offering a legitimate business opportunity. If you're walking around not thinking that, you're not going to attract people to you and you're not going to have people join your team, period. If you go around thinking that you are offering an opportunity, you're not bugging people, you have a legitimate company here that has an awesome product, that has great home office, who has great upline for the most part. I know some of y'all sucky at upline, I'm sorry, but for the most part, everybody's good. You're offering them an opportunity. If they don't want to take it, cool. It's not for everybody, and maybe it's not for them now, but maybe it will be next year. You never know. Plant seeds was number 2. Okay? Oh, by the way, y'all say that you're asking people, and I'm just going to call you out right now. You're like, I'm asking everybody, I can't regret. I'm like, you're only asking the people you feel comfortable asking, but you're not asking all the people. You know how I know? Because this room, we'd have like 1 million people if you were asking all the people. You're not. So quit only asking the people you're comfortable with asking, and start asking the people that you're really uncomfortable with. And then once you start practicing that, it gets easier and easier and easier, and then you've got a team of 10, you've got a team of 50, you've got a team of 5,000. Before you know it, you're making that $10,000 paycheck that you desire. Because who doesn't want that? Yes, there's people making way more than that a month in Scentsy. Some of us are in this room. We're here to tell you. We're not lying. Number 3, follow-up. Duh. If you guys aren't following up with your customers, you're showing them that you do not care about them. And that's the way that they feel. They're not like, oh God, there's Andy again, asking me if I like black raspberry vanilla. How dare she? That's what we are acting like that we're doing to our customers. What you're doing is, if you're not following up, you're telling them you really don't care about them. And guess what? You know what's going to separate you from everybody else in your town that sells Scentsy? Only 25% of you guys are following up. That 25% is who's successful, and that is what will set you aside from all those other consultants that you think that's around, but they're really not that many. I know you don't think they are. Oh my God, I saw a Scentsy card the other day. There's like 1 million people selling here. I'm like, no, there's not, because I've seen the numbers, and it's not saturated anywhere. Not even in like Salt Lake City, where we began, in Idaho. It's not even saturated there. So, all right. 4, lead. This is our segue. Somebody's walking out right now. They're like, she just lead. If you have a team of 1 or you have a team of 10,000, I don't care. You're a leader. I started with a team of me. There's nothing wrong with that. Eva started with a team of her. All your other leaders started with a team of them. We all start somewhere. What does a sponsor mean to you guys? What does a good leader mean to you guys? I want some people to shout out what they think. So what's a good leader?
Encouraging.
Encouraging. Supportive.
Helpful.
They care.
Oh my gosh.
Pushy.
Oh. Pushy.
Pushing.
Oh, in a good way. Consistent. Pushy. All pushing people consistent. I got you.
Involved.
Involved, yes.
Driven.
Friendships.
Yeah. How about passionate? Like if I got up here and I was like, just sell Scentsy and don't quit. You guys would be like, but I'm up here like, hell yeah, we got the best company in the world, woo! And you guys are like, oh my god, we knew I'm gonna get so lots of Scentsy. Right? I'm not saying Susie Sunshine all the time, because I have my bad days too. But Scentsy does it for me. So make Scentsy your happy place like me and you'll get far. I love it. Right. Training is a very small portion of being a leader. That's my belief, and here's why. Just hear me out. Scentsy has enough training. YouTube has enough training. There's literally books and trainings everywhere you go, okay? It is not your job as a leader, it's not your leader's job to sit with you for an hour a day and answer all your questions that you can find yourself, because guess what? They're not going to make that duplicatable, and everybody's going to get burnt out in that process, and you're going to want to quit Scentsy, okay? It is your responsibility as an independent consultant
Say it again.
to watch trainings and learn, and then come to your sponsor with questions then. Go to your team page with questions. Team pages are better. You know why? Because not only one person is learning then in the process, everybody's learning. It's not just in a hidden private message anymore. So that's why I urge people to go to the team page. It's not because I want people to do my job for me. It's because I want other people to see that question, and then they all learn together, and it works beautifully. Okay, so here's a good analogy for some of you that are still, I don't have you, and you're like, no, it's my job as my sponsor to hold my hand through the whole process. Okay, how many people here have kids? Or you're a caregiver to a grandchild or whatever, okay? If they're doing their homework and they're sitting there, now I'm not talking about those bad days when y'all are like, I know some days I'm like, just 2 + 2 is 4, just go! Like, get away from me. I know we have those days, but for the most part, do we sit and tell our children, oh, let me just do your homework for you? Why don't we do that?
Because I'm not a second grader.
We want them to be leaders and independent, right? Okay, so these grown men and women that are joining our team, don't we want the same for them that we want for our kids? I don't know about y'all, but I want directors under me. I want them to be leaders. And if I'm holding their hand through the whole process and not letting them deal with big, scary things sometimes, they're never going to become a leader, right? We all know follow-up is key, customer service is key. Are we taking care of our team like we take care of our customers? Did you ever think about that? Like, we're all about customer service for, the people that buy from us. But what about our team? Do they deserve the same customer service? They do. The thing is, though, and I'm going to preach again, we don't let our team have excuses. And why? Why don't we let our team have excuses? Excuses are lies that we tell ourselves so that it doesn't have to be our fault. Well, it's not my fault. I broke my toe the other day. It's not my fault. My butt's itchy. I don't know. I've heard the dumbest things. Trust me, I've probably heard that. Like, it's never our fault. There's always a reason why we can't work our business. Well, if we keep saying, I know, and I get it, I'm empathetic too, I'm compassionate, I promise I am. But at the same time, if we're constantly sitting there like, oh, you have another ingrown toenail? No wonder you haven't sponsored this one. Oh. Okay. A victim or survivor? You with me? That mind shift alone will change your whole business, whether you are a victim or you're a survivor. Quit expecting all of your teammates to do all the work and do all the things, because they're not going to. And once you realize that expectation, your life goes a little bit better. Once I realized that when you have a team, so 20% of your team will be your driving force, okay? I'm not saying the other aren't important. I'm saying 20% will be your driving force. What does that mean? If you've got a team of 10, how many people is that? 2. You and one other person usually. So if you have a team of 50, how many is that? 10. You're like, oh. 10. That means you and 9 other people. So think about it like that. Y'all are beating yourself up. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? You know why? Because us women, most of us are women in here, so I can say this. I know y'all men are here, and I appreciate you, but most of us women want control. But guess what? We can't control what our team does. What can we control? Right. And what can we do within our control? No, we can't make people sign up, but if you build your network of friends, customers, hostesses, and you're planting seeds with them, then what does that do? That betters your chances, right? Okay. Yeah, oh, big deal right here. Please remember, I know sometimes when you have a team of 5 or 10 or 20, you want to do everything for them because that's your team's small, right? But you guys need to understand you need to work your business 80% of the time should be spent on your own business and 20% should be spent on your team. If you're not doing that, things will not flow the way that they're supposed to, and you're not going to have the business that you really should have. And it just trust me on this, because I've done it both ways, and it definitely, and 20% of the time should be spent on those 20% of your driving force. I'm not saying don't care about the other people. Stop saying hi, say, hey, I saw your kid was sick, how they feeling? I'm not saying don't care about the other people. It's not what I'm saying here. But I'm saying you do need to give more attention to people putting more into their business because they're working more. So why wouldn't you give them more attention? Because this is a business. I know we talk about all the touchy-feely stuff, but this is a business in the long run. We're here to make money or earn free trips. I'm here to earn free trips. This is important too. Set expectations. So I've had people say to me that I'm rude for having business hours, and here's what I got to say, and I will do this without crying. Last time I cried, ugly cry. And I'll tell you why I came to this realization that I needed business hours. Okay, first, if you teach somebody how to treat you, they will treat you that way. But if you don't set boundaries and expectations, most people will run all over you. And here's why it's important. This is the part I'm not going to cry. Here's why it's important. My 11-year-old son, I think he was 9 at the time, came to me. He asked me a question and then he told me something, and I did not hear a word he was saying because I, in the evening, was answering a team because they wanted to know why their booger was wet. I don't know what they wanted. Like, it was, my point is, dumb question. It was a dumb, and I'm sorry, like, I know it sounds really bad, but it really was. It was something that they could find on their own. And guess what happened? I didn't hear what my son was telling me. It was really important to him. It was really important to him. And that was only that one time he was ever going to tell me that. And I was spending it on somebody that just didn't want to look for an answer and wanted to come to me. And I was totally ignoring what he was saying because I was looking at my phone answering that question. My family is more important, okay? Your leaders, their families are more important than you. I'm sorry, but I have to say this. And you need to give grace to everyone. Your leader, you might have messaged your leader, and they might have 2 babies on their hip, vacuuming and cooking dinner, and they might have opened it and forgot to answer. Give them grace. Now, if they're a jerk, and they're a bad upline, and they're not answering your questions all the time, then yeah, you should go to your director, your superstar director, star director, go to Scentsy, and turn their asses in. but that's very small percentage. Most of the time, you just need to have grace, because they really are just trying to hold it together themselves. So if they don't answer your question right away, guess what? Scentsy is a flameless candle, so we don't have wax emergencies. We don't have any kind of emergencies. So lucky for you, when they answer your question the next day, London will not burn. Is that a thing? Where did I get that from? That's like a new quote now. London will not burn!
Oh my God, I'm doing that.
Right.
Will not burn.
What?
We're getting t-shirts.
I know, London will not burn. What, you guys are crazy. Okay, recognition. Are you posting on team pages, sending happy mail? Maybe it's a postcard, super cheap. Shout outs on personal walls. That's great because then all their friends can see how awesome they are. Are you shouting out your team on team pages? Let the world know. Some people eat that up. They want to be recognized. They might have another job they don't get recognized at, and then you recognize them for something Scentsy they did, whether it's big or small, and they're like, oh my gosh, I love this company. I just did something and they recognized me. My company hasn't done that in 15 years, right? Power hours, we love power hours on our team. Well, people post numerous times, sometimes a month or whatever, and hey, we're getting on Zoom together. Who wants to get on and do a power hour and do some work together? And then it's a time to learn sometimes, a time to get ish done. You just need an hour to get that done. Power hours are great. Tuesday trainings is what we do. So Steffi and I, since she's my sponsor, we run it together, and then our leaders come in and they do trainings. Every Tuesday at 9:15, we do a Zoom, and we come, that's our training. That's our training time as a team. Month end, so a lot of times on month end, we'll get together with our STAR consultants and above and just shoot the shit, have a drink on Zoom, not do any training, just cheer each other on, how are your numbers, what's going on, what happened this month. These are just some ideas to help you guys out. Coaching calls. How many people do coaching calls with their team? Not a lot. Why? Because you're overwhelmed. I can answer for you because I was too. It's overwhelming. You're like, what do I do? Oh my God, what am I going to say to them? I've got to give them this big moment of what, I think we feel like we have to have all the answers in that coaching call. I'm going to break it down for you guys. First of all, people come to me for their coaching. I don't go scout out usually. Sometimes, very rarely though. People come to you because when it's important to them, they will come to you and ask for a coaching call. I just ask people, what is your 6-month goal with Scentsy and what is your year goal? And if your goal is money, which most people it is, what's your goal for your paycheck? And what's that going to do? Some of you don't know the compensation plan, so that's going to prompt you to go learn that compensation plan because y'all can't teach your teams how to move up if you don't know how to move up, right? So it'll help both of you guys. Let's see. Oh, coaching calls are 20 minutes, by the way. And then for directors and above, I do 30 minutes because I always need that 10 minutes. Usually when somebody's been around and they're a director, they've been around for a while, you're going to be talking to them for 10 minutes. So I like to leave that little, grace time there. Who do you coach? Well, like I said, so if you've got a team of 10 or 15, you're going to reach out, and this is where I will reach out to your driving force, your 20%, or maybe somebody that's struggling that is putting in 200 to 500, they want to do more, they've showed you that they want to do more, something like that. I reach out to them and schedule coaching calls. I do not call them, they call me, and if they don't call me on that, 2 minute or 2 o'clock, if they don't call me within 2 minutes, I'm on to the next. And everybody's like, how do you get off the phone? I've always got a coaching call next. And my team's like, they're like, oh, so you didn't really have a coaching call next? You just want to get me off the phone? But we're all busy, so we've got to make that boundary there. And that's a great way. Look, I've got somebody next, I've got to go, but let's wrap this up. Because I know sometimes people want to get on there and they're like, I broke my toe, and then I got an ingrown toenail, and then my grandmother got an ingrown toenail, and then my cousin got one. And you're like, are you a Scentsy consultant? Or who am I talking to here? Is this about Scentsy? So weird. Okay. If you want to be a director, start acting like a director, which I don't really want to go into that because we talked about that earlier. Lead by example. So if you guys want your team to recruit, or you want them to sell 2,000, you've got to do it too. Short story. I don't know who this superstar director is, but when I first started, I was in the pool in Costa Rica on my first incentive trip, and this chick went by me floating with her drink, and we were both wasted. I know what she said though, and I'll never forget what she said. She went by me and she was like, yeah, I'm a superstar director. I just put in my 500 though, and I just get paid off my team. I was like, how's that working for you? Like, does that really, and I looked at Steffi and I said, if I ever act like that when I'm a superstar director, bitch slap me. And I never want y'all to feel like that about your upline. For the most part, I see these other directors, star directors, and superstar directors busting their butt and leading by example. But if they're not, use somebody on YouTube or something as inspiration for you. Because there's people out there busting their butts, and let them, be your inspiration. But I don't know why people that makes me mad. I don't even know who this person is. I was new and I didn't know anybody then, so it's better off I don't know. Build relationships. You do need to bond with your team. So maybe local team meetings when you have them, go out bowling or you don't have to do training. Go have fun together. Do something that creates childlike wonder from all of you guys, right? Go out and finger painting. I don't know, just something fun together where you guys can have experiences. It's not all about the training. Let's see. I know I ran out of time, so I'm trying to hit the important things this time. Be duplicatable. So I know you guys like to, at events, you give your teams little packages or whatever, but just remember, I want all of y'all to have a team of 5,000 or more. So just remember, someday you're going to have a team of 5,000 or more. Can you do for that team of 5,000 what you're doing for that team of 5 right now? Because you don't want that team of 5, if they're still around, to be like, well, you used to do this, and now, and I'm like, because I don't have $1 million. So learn by my mistakes. And just remember, as a leader, you can never make everyone happy like every other thing in life. People are going to have their own expectations on you, and whose fault is that? Their fault. You teach people how to treat you. If they have expectations on you, the number one thing I hate to hear people say is they're like, well, this superstar director is doing this and this mine's not. Okay, well maybe yours is going through a struggle you don't know about. Grace. And don't set expectations. Now, if they're not working with you, like I said, that's a different story, but. Okay, so, how much longer do we have?
5 minutes.
Oh no! Okay, all right. So, I keep missing the favorite thing too. Okay, now you guys are like, what? Okay, we're gonna take a minute, take it down a notch, and then I'll ramp you guys back up, I promise, at the end. But take a minute and either close your eyes or look down at the floor. I have vertigo, so I can't close my eyes. So look down at the floor and just relax. Rush deep breaths into your chest and push stress through your body, starting with your head, down through your chest, down your legs, and out your feet. If you lose your focus, just return to the thought of relaxation. Feel the softness of your breathing. Embrace this rest because you deserve it. This is a safe place. I want you guys to envision you're with somebody that comforts you. Maybe that person's gone. Embrace that pain of them being gone. It's okay. Maybe you have a favorite item from childhood that comforts you. You're at a favorite place. Imagine that you're with them in this safe place. Now I want you to envision the biggest, scariest goal you've ever had with Scentsy. Maybe it's walking the stage as a director, speaking in front of people, standing in front of a team of thousands and you're their leader, seeing your first $10,000 paycheck. Take that vision and slowly come back to me. Did it feel good? Did it feel scary? It did. I want you guys to soak it all in and use this exercise every single day when you wake up. Write down what those scary things were and look at them every day you brush your teeth in the mirror. Have them hanging. And do this. Envision yourself, even if it's when you're brushing your teeth. Maybe that's not good. You guys will be like, I got cavities because of you. But envision yourself doing what you desire with Scentsy every single morning. Promise me when you walk out those doors that you will not give up on yourself. You're enough, dude. You really are. And own your flaws. I have a freaking hair that grows out of my forehead. I don't know how it gets there. It's blonde. Nobody ever sees it. For some reason, I have horrible friends. And it all covered, it's like 3 inches long. I'm like, where the hell did this just come from? I have stretch marks. I have cellulite. I've got really coarse, curly hair. I got a big hairy mole on my arm that I shave every day. I put my foot in my mouth a lot. But you know what? I'm flawsome. And you guys are flawsome, right? I was a little scared girl for most of my life, even into childhood and even into adulthood. Scared to be abandoned by someone else. Scared I wasn't good enough. Anxiety so bad that I would make myself literally sick when I was a child. We all want the same thing. We want to be loved, valued, and appreciated. But it starts with you doing that for yourself. No one else can do it. And no, it sounds cliche, but it is the truest thing I said today. Loving yourself, valuing yourself, and appreciating yourself, and owning your flaws and all, and being cool with it. Because you're never going to attract people to you if you're not comfortable in your own skin. Say it with me. I'm flawsome. I'm flawsome. Well, yeah, you are. I see you all. You could be doing wonderful things, building empires. What are you waiting on? Go do something that matters. Inspire to be more. Inspire your team to be more, to be better. Sleep 8 hours a night. Exercise 20 minutes or more a day. Make time for what matters. Drink a gallon of water a day. Put on that damn red lipstick, girl. Wear moccasins. Christy. We love our moccasins. Who cares? If you're comfortable, do it. And own it. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Look at the sky above your head every day, and let peace be within you and in your soul. Enjoy the life we're given. Oh, I can't say that part because we didn't do that exercise. I'll explain real quick. Do you want me to explain real quick? So I tell you guys, like, you need to give that fear monster on your shoulder a name, and everybody has to give a name and a face to this, and usually it's like Karen or Kimberly. I'm sorry for all the Karen. Or like, you know, and then they're like, and I'm like, would you let that person come into your house telling you the things that you're telling yourself? In front of your kids and all, and everybody's like, no, and I'm like, then why are you letting, you know, this monster tell you that you're stupid or you're not worthy on your shoulder? So I said, tell Kimberly bye. And I was like, oh, I can't say that. That was real quick. Okay. Are you guys ready to grow beyond the limits that you have set for yourself?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Yes.
The person you are destined to be is the person you decide to be when you walk out those doors. So, what are we going to do? What's your big, scary goal, guys? Are we going to do it, or are we just going to sit here year after year at World Tour wishing that we would have, could have, and should have? Thank you guys so much.